How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War Season 2, Episode 19 review, The White Haze. Before I go any further, before we go on a haze of all the great reviews that we've been going through, actually, the great episodes we've been going through, I think my reviews are pretty decent. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos such as this one, because I got more. So, I had to structure this a little bit because, well, it kind of goes everywhere. I'm really not trying to, do a word for word or even just explain what has happened. Well, this is what I'm doing right now is explaining it. You know what I'm saying, guys. I'm just let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is Yhwach's what type of being he is, because we have Jugo talking to Uryu just like he did last week, and he's saying, I'll explain to you type of being he is. Now, he leads him into the back, and there's blue fire. Remember, that's reishi fire. Blue fire stuff on the walls. There are guards, and it's like, the losers are here for judgment. The dude that was the iron, the one that Toshiro Hitsugaya, the one that he beat, he's there chained to a pillar. And Robot Man, he's chained to a pillar. And Jugo takes out his blade, tries to get the iron, but his little iron thing pops up and stops him from getting his head cut off. He's like, how fortunate that your ability happened, but now I'm going to take all that and make it the same thing that saved your life will now take your life with your misfortune. And he sees this giant scale that has the stupid Quincy cross on it. And he's like, you can see it, can't you? And all of a sudden, dude's head just pops right off, clean off his shoulders. Blood splurts perpendicular to Uryu. Surprised none of it got on him. And Robot Guy's like, what? And Jugo slices his head off next. This time, since he's a robot, we can see his head, and that one on eye that's the same color as this goes off. The soldiers that were there take their bodies. I don't know if it's as cruel or not, but sits the head of the one guy on top of the body. And Uryu's like, was that necessary to kill two major assets like that? He says, I don't get to decide these things. His Majesty decides what is useful for his goal or not, because his goal is not Soul Society. So what is his goal? And he was showing him that their power, you see the blue energy, leaves their form, and everyone's power goes back to Yhwach. Now, apparently when Uryu drank some of his blood, he's now part of the Shrit as well. So he is in this type of, what's the word I'm looking for? He's in this type of bond with him as well. And I got some more notes here. I'm sorry. And he says he has to continue to absorb souls or else, and they black that part out. So he continues to talk about it, made Uryu's eyes wide, right? So who knows why he has to continue to take blood? Maybe he's a vampire or just an asshole. I'm going for the first one, but I digress, right? Our next part is, well, this is not our next part, but next I'm going to talk about Ichigo's on his way. Yeah, right. You're probably saying, hey, I see Ichigo. You do. It's pretty much an iconic picture at this point, with the head wraps and everything. Why does he look like that? Well, he needs the layers in order to survive the 72 layered barrier between the Royal Palace and the Seirete, which obviously lady with the golden arms, she spun and made all that fabric for him. Apparently he's going to have to walk back because they can't take the elevator thing as they please. Probably because Soul Society has been taken over, and they probably don't want to leave it open leave the Royal Palace up for attack. It's probably why they didn't do it, and they didn't tell him, just say we couldn't take it casually. And tell him it'll take you a week to get there. And he goes like, all right, I get it. If I hurry, I'll get there in half a day. And the battle has already started. Like, the leader of Squad Zero, I always forget his name. He tells him, yeah, the battle started 3 hours ago. He's like, you idiot. And instead of him taking the stairs, because there's a hole, and I love the animation for the stairs popping up. Obviously, computer animated, but I love it. Ichigo just jumps straight down. He's basically at this point flying. My favorite of the royal guardsmen for Squad Zero, she, the cook, she gives him some onigiri, and they all comment on how he's gotten stronger. He has surpassed what it means to be an ordinary soul reaper. He is now fully a soul reaper, and he calls Urahara and tells him, "Hey, I'm on my way. I'm sorry I'm late." But he's like, "But no matter what, promise me you guys will hold on no matter what, because I'm on my way and I will fix it." And Urahara goes, "We'll hang on." And Ichigo makes note. He goes, "He didn't tell me what the situation was down there," which is telling that things are probably super, super messed up. Almost use a different four-letter word. So Ichigo's coming to settle things. But now let's talk about our main course here is Rukia versus Äs Nödt. Now, Rukia encounters Äs Nödt, who is pretty damn creepy. First, she felt like he was grabbing her. Then she heard his voice in his ear, and he slowly made his way towards her. And apparently, her ice from, I'm gonna try my best to say the name. Say the name of his blade, Soden. Okay, Sodenoshirayuki. Wow, that's pretty good. Second try. Her blade makes ice, right? We all know this. Apparently, his fear goes through, cannot be blocked by ice, and it goes through. And he has this philosophy that all things, all living things feel fear, right? The visualizations, just the visuals for this, like an eye, his whole thing is eyes, an eye, then hands bursting from the eyes and the blackness coming over the silhouette of the pink form that would be Rukia and completely engulfing it, and his stupid eyes rolling about and always rolled back. Basically believes that all things have fear because when you have a safe space, you can't really explain why you feel safe. It just does. But fear, everybody can always describe it. It's too cold. It's too hot. It's claustrophobic in here. It's too painful, etc., etc. And all that is to survive. Saying that fear is connected to death, right? The fear of not wanting to die. He says even those who can't come up with a reason to live can definitely come up with a reason to not wanting to die. And that's his whole shtick. That's what it is. And Rukia goes, "Oh, well, it's not gonna work on me." And he's like, "Well, why?" She's like, "Because I'm not alive." I'm like, Rukia didn't pull a wolf captain, did she? She did not. So she discovered what her true ability of her blade is. It freezes the users. The user's internal body temperature freezes up. The sword is not even a weapon, it is technically an extension of the arm. And so it freezes her internal body temperature and slowly reduces her bodily functions, right? She's slowing herself down at the molecular level. As a matter of fact, she I guess this is how she focuses. And I really wish I would have done the conversion of Celsius to Fahrenheit, which we'll just do it live, right? We'll do it live. So at minus 18, my whoa, minus 18 degrees Celsius, your blood freezes, which is actually already below zero, minus 0.4. In Fahrenheit is minus 0.4. In Celsius, minus 50 degrees. What happens there? Underneath her feet, she freezes all the water in the ground, which makes ice quakes. That's minus 58 degrees in Fahrenheit. And minus 273.15 degrees is absolute zero, which is minus 459.67 in Fahrenheit. Pretty damn cold. And while she's describing the various states of freezing, when she cut him at first, like you see the gash, no blood's coming out. And he's making his move on her. And she's already hit him and frozen him over. And then she starts warming herself up. She can only stay in absolute zero for 4 seconds. And she can tell she went a little bit over because she gets a crack on her hand. She starts to bleed. And of course, the villain, he's like, he he's not killed by this, right? Äs Nödt is not killed by this. He breaks out of it. As a matter of fact, this whole entire time, he just wants Zenbone Sakura back. He's asking where Byakuya is. He's a very nasty character. As he breaks out of this ice and he turns into his, that holy angel mode they have, his is nasty. He's like sewn up from here to here. His eyes roll completely black back. His stupid Quincy cross is on his eye. It's rings instead of the stupid wings, and he just looks disgusting. He looks like a horror movie monster. Now we do get his backstory. Apparently, he was in the hospital in pain, gravely dying. He's like, "But this is what it means to stay alive. I got to fight through it." And then he starts thinking, "Well, I wonder if there's no pain in heaven." But then he's wondering, "I wonder if there's constant pain in hell." And he's just saying he doesn't want to die. And Yhwach shows up. It's like, "I can help you live, kid." And he flat out says, fear of dying, fear of pain, that means nothing. For him, the fear is his majesty rebuking him. And then the fight continues, but Rukia cannot reach him because now his ability, the fear ability, is ocular. As long as he can see you and make contact with you, you can feel that even though the nerve endings at the bottom of her feet can't feel anything, everything else through there can feel it. And he says, good feelings within your heart, you can remember those, but bad feelings last just as longer. Remember, people can wake up in the middle of the night having remember some fear from years ago. Fear is his whole. Might as well call this dude the fear factor. And so he makes a zone of eyes just looking at Rukia. Rukia tries to close it, but the internal thing with the flies. Remember the first time how he got Byakuya with the flies and the covering all over Rukia now. But Byakuya comes through, tears right into it. New outfit, looks great, looks amazing. Love the threads these guys have. And Äs Nödt is being an asshole, basically saying, "Hey, I gutted you and I took out your intestines. Man, are you starving because you can't eat?" Literally talking trash, right? And Rukia, let me go over here. Rukia says, "Oh, don't look at the eyes." And he's like, "Oh no, it's too late." And all these nasty floating eyes it's not even just eyes. It's like the skin around the eyes just floating all around. And he's like, "Oh, it's too late." And the super Zenbone Sakura petals just coming from the air, just stabbing all these things and shredding them. And I love Byakuya is so proper. He says, "Too late for whom?" Where most of us will say, "Too late for who?" No, "Too late for whom?" I love this. Gotta get rid of some of this. And what is the guy saying? The guy's saying, "Oh, using your Bankai, blah, 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 blah." And Byakuya goes, "My Bankai? You've used my Bankai before." And he shows he still has the hilt of his blade. This is his Shikai. His Shikai is the same level that his super Bankai was at. Remember with what was that one guy? The fifth Espada with all of that. He is at that level. And he flat out thinks, he says, "You know what? It's thanks to you that I'm at this level, because if you hadn't taken my Bankai, I wouldn't have gotten to the true essence of Zenbone Sakura." And he describes it as bonds are like a points, I think it's called pointsly painting, where you got to take a step back to see everything. If you look at just one point with the color dots, can't tell. When you take a step back, you can see all of it and it makes sense and it takes form. He said, "I've forgotten that. So thank you for getting me back to this point." At this point, this dude's the seams, mind you, his eyes are forever rolled in this form, like forever rolled back. He starts splitting from the seams, guts and stuff come out, and a giant. I wonder when Attack on Titan came out, because this is what this thing looks like: a giant, nasty, eye rolled, eye popped Titan. And at this point, he's like, "I'm not." He says it so weirdly because he does repeat words over and over again, like an emo. He's like, I will not kill you, I will not kill you, several times because he doesn't want to kill them. He wants to keep them alive to make them feel fear and pain over and over again until they ask to be killed. And he's telling him, let's end this now. And Byakuya says, oh, you want to end it? That's cool, but I'm not going to be one ending this. And he looks to Rukia while this dude's transforming. He tells her, when I was on my way and I could feel your spiritual pressure, you've gotten very, very strong. And she starts to cry because he's praising her. Rukia's fear was seeing him, Ichigo, and Orihime dying and maggots coming out of them. So him telling her that she's gotten stronger, and then telling this other guy, yeah, no, I'm not going to be the one to finishing this. And he walks away, gives her enough room to use her Bankai, which is called HAZE no Togome. Huge plume of ice. The air instantly freezes around her, and she sends a massive wave of ice. Just wave of ice, wave of frost at Äs Nödt. And it engulfs him. And the panned out shot looks beautiful. By the mind, all this is happening while the ending song is playing. I have complaints. Whoever is doing your subtitles, Hulu, for God's sake, put the damn song lyrics at the top and have the regular speaking lyrics at the bottom. I do not need them double layered, because I had to let me rewind so I can make sure I'm reading the correct thing. Stop. Just put it at the top. People are going to rewatch this anyway. All right. Hey. But through all of this, while she's getting ready to unleash her Bankai, he tells Rukia, look through him, and what you see is not your own fear. It's actually his fear. And when dude's getting washed over with this ice, he's saying sorry to your wife. He's like, I'm scared. I don't want to die. He's saying, please don't be disappointed in me. And the F, because he's the F for the fear, the F is frozen over and it crumbles. And we see Rukia. Oh, I love that I get to see this animated in her full Bankai outfit with the blade looking beautiful, with the hair and all that. Looks nice. And she tries to move. She is so cold. She has cracked her hand, and Byakuya grabs her hand and says, slow down. Slowly release it and get your temperature back. And he's taking, he touches her. His hand's getting frozen, right? But he tells her, calm down, slowly release it, and flat out tells her that her Bankai is magnificent, right? But it's a very difficult one. One misstep can cost her life, and it's a perilous Bankai. So handle it with caution, never be impatient. And gives her some really great advice, saying, know that there's nothing that can be saved by a sword in exchange for one's life. So don't fight to the death. Don't use your power at the risk of killing yourself. Take it easy. So on top of her learning how to use her new Shikai, because initially she thought the tip of her blade just send out deep ice. No, it's all of you is ice. Now she has to learn how to not make herself shatter, because we do see those cracks in the hand. And he tells her, all right, let's go, Rukia. Yeah, Nisama, let's do it. And I like how the title, episode 19, the white haze is all broken up on the ground. Frost, the Titan, Äs Nödt's Titan form gets shattered. What we do now, a little bit, this teasing for next week's episode, is Yuichiro, the lieutenant of Kenpachi. She's helping out Squad 4 lieutenant to help heal people, get things that can be used as bedding. And some guy who can mask his presence to the point that they forget that he was even there. He's being creepy. The little girl punches him. He punches her back. It sounds like an annoying opponent. Hopefully someone comes and just gets rid of this guy. The haiku, though. Don't know who's saying this, but beauty means that there is nothing there. That's it. Episode 20 is I Am the Edge. That is such an edgelord thing to say. I am the edge. Wow. But all in all, really good episode. I may be biased because I'm all about that Kuchiki. I'm all about that Byakuya. And technically, he didn't. He just came, saved her, redirected her, and he got rid of all her fears by telling her, "Hey, Äs Nödt, he thinks fear is a vacuum. It really isn't a vacuum. What it is one's insecurities." And what was it? He says born from feeds off of insecurities in one's heart. And ask her, do you have anything to fear? After he told her, you've gotten stronger. Her whole fear is not being able to save the people she cares about. I love that anime has the cliche of friendship wins and friendship rules. Yeah. But it does though, right? And this is more than just friendship. This is big brother, big brother to sister, big brother to adoptive sister, right? Someone who she's constantly chased after and not wanted to disappoint, and all this time, and now he's like, "You've definitely gotten stronger, and your Bankai is amazing." And he's treating her, I won't say as an equal, but he's treating her as if you're strong enough. I don't have to worry about you. Let's go fight together and take care of these guys. I love that. I love that this is what gets her to that point. I like that it's not Byakuya comes in and saves her. No, he comes in, resets everything, goes, all right, let's take a minute here. Let me tell you what fear is really about. Let me tell you how great you are. All right, now handle this guy. You handled the guy. All right, let's handle everybody else. Can't wait to see what he does now. 5 out of 5 from me. Ichigo, you're kind of looking like Snake Way Goku right now. You're kind of late, man. You need to hurry things up. Granted, Squad Zero's captain, he was kind of on the money. He said 3 hours ago you were still training, so shut up. Looking forward to seeing what happens next week. Glad I get to see these panels, these manga panels animated, even the ones that were colored, because we know what Rukia's Bankai looks like colored. I love, just really great job. One of the best episodes of this season, one of the best looking episodes of this second season. So 5 out of 5 from me instantly. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you enjoying things so far? I surely am. Please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of more Bleach reviews just like this. On the side here in a minute, I'm going to have some other stuff you can take a look at, such as the latest Rurouni Kenshin episode. Please, be good, be blessed, wash those hands, be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Make sure you stay safe out there, and please take care of yourself, all right? Realize that there are people out there that care about you, so please reach out to someone, all right? Someone will rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. Live your life to the fullest, everybody. All right. My social medias are right there at the bottom. Feel free to give me a follow, send me a DM. I'll respond to you. Just don't be a jerk. All right. Well, until next time, I cannot wait. I'm Shane. I'll see you again. Bankai.